Okay, so in this video, I'll explain how my colors are randomly generated and how the chosen color, which is the color to be guessed, in this particular case, this color, how it is also randomly generated out of these colors that will be generated and also assigned to the boxes right here. So, as I already explained in my previous videos, I initially set my state. First of all, I declared my number of boxes for a start, which this would be the number of boxes as I've already stated here as 6 when the component is first rendered. So as soon as my app is opened, you'll see first 6 boxes rendered. I've already stated it out here, and using the use state hook in functional component. So similarly, I've also set out my colors, my colors to be an empty array, and I've also set out my chosen color to be an empty string. And what happens is, as soon as my component is rendered, it takes advantage of this use effect that I've written out here, this particular lines of code, use effect. And what this use effect says is, depending on the number of boxes that was stated or the update that is made to it, we want to set our colors, which is right here. We want to set our colors to be generate colors, which is a function that I've also declared down here. So I'll take you through that function generate colors, which is right here. So what this function does is, first of all, it sets an empty array right here, and then I'll take advantage of the for loop, and I'll say that depending on the number of boxes that was set initially in this particular 6, as I've already explained above right here, depending on that number of boxes, we want to randomly generate individual RGB colors and then push them into this empty array in this particular lines of code right here. So once all these colors have been generated and been pushed into the array, we will return that array to this function generate colors. This means that wherever the generate colors is run, we'll have an array containing 6 different colors, or depending on the number of boxes that have been set, we'll return an array of that number of boxes containing that number of colors. Okay, so I'll go back to the use effect right here. So in this particular line, you'll see that now we will be able to set our colors as we stated right out at the beginning here to be an empty array. We are right now resetting it to be 6 different colors, as I've already explained. And then for the chosen color, that is the color that is supposed to be guessed, would also run similarly depending on the colors that has been set or the change or the update in colors, and then we'll set our new chosen color to be one of those colors that has been returned earlier. This means that as long as the colors are changing, as long as this effect is taking place, this effect will also take place, because once these colors change from here, then this use effect will also take place, and it will say that as long as your colors have changed, we will now set a new chosen color, and this new chosen color will be a randomly picked color from that array of colors, and then we'll set it to be the chosen color that would be guessed. So this explains how my chosen color is gotten and how my colors too are set. So at some point, I will generate or I will render this chosen color to be an H1 element. So when you come down to my return statement right here, my return part, now here you will see as an H1 element here, its text content being set to the chosen color. So the chosen color, as long as it's changing, would also be rendered inside this H1 element, which is right here, this one. And the colors too that have been set are rendered in again this function called display boxes, which is also shown right down here. I'm calling display boxes, and this display boxes function is taking advantage of the colors that has been generated and assigning them to the boxes. Okay, so in this function display boxes as well, I immediately set my boxes to be an empty array which means that once this display box is run, at some point I would want to return an array of boxes. And in here, I say that I wrote a for loop, and I say that depending on the number of boxes that has been set, we want to render our color box component, and then pass as props to this color box component the key. And of course, since at the end of the day we'll be returning an array, I took advantage of the index to be the key, and then I also set the background color, in this case as a prop, to be the colors that have been generated at that same index. Remember, if we are setting the colors to be 6 according to the number of boxes, for instance, the first color, which is at the index of 0, would be the same color that is being set to the background color of this particular one box, or for the first particular box. And I am passing other props as well, which will be explained later. For now, what I am interested in is the fact that I'm passing in the color at this particular index for every one of these colors inside the array to be the background color, which if I should go back to my color box, you'll see that now here I'm setting the style of this particular div, its background color, to be props.background color, as I have stated. So this is how my colors are generated and assigned to the boxes.